Good morning, everybody. My name is Isaac.
And I'm Alicia.
We want to welcome you in to the first song, Lord's Army.
March in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom on the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, I may never march in the infantry, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom on the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, I'm in the Lord's army. I may never march in the infantry, but I'm in the Lord's army. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom on the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. I'm in the Lord's army. I'm in the Lord's army. I may never march in the infantry, but I'm in the Lord's army. Infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom on the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. I'm in the Lord's army. I'm in the Lord's army. I may never march in the infantry, but I'm in the Lord's army. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom on the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. I'm in the Lord's army. I'm in the Lord's army. I may never march in the infantry, but I'm in the Lord's army. But I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir.
Let the king of my heart be the mountain where I run, the fountain I drink from. Oh, he is my song. Let the king of my heart be the shadow where I hide, the ransom for my life. Oh, he is my song. For you are good, good. down. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. 'Cause you're never gonna let me down. You are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you are good, you're good, you're good. Oh. For you are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh.
Oh, hey, it's me again. Are you ready to learn from one of the most amazing chapters of the Bible? You remember what it is, right? Yeah, Psalm 23. I'm having so much fun memorizing this, and hopefully you are too. So let's quiz ourselves on what we've learned so far from the first 3 verses. The Lord is my shepherd. I have all that I need. He lets me rest in green meadows. He leads me beside peaceful streams. He renews my strength. He guides me along right paths, bringing honor to His name. Wow, you guys are doing so well. No doubt the Good Shepherd is excited about how much you are memorizing Psalm 23. So, let's move on to verse 4. Psalm 23, verse 4 says, "Even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me." Have you ever felt afraid? There are a lot of things that make me feel afraid. Stuff like spiders, snakes, clowns. Hey, don't laugh. Clowns are weird looking. One thing that many people are afraid of, the dark. The dark can be a really scary place. Sometimes in the dark, our imaginations start to run wild, and we begin to think that there are scary things there in the room with us. It's not true, of course, but we think that way. The dark can be a very scary place. Sheep, they're no different than you and me. They don't like the dark either. And sometimes when the shepherd leads them through a dark valley, they can get a little scared. But the Bible in Psalm 23 says that you and I don't have to be scared. Even when we go through the darkest moments in life, we don't have to be scared because God, the Good Shepherd, is right there with us. Sometimes life's going well and you feel like you're high on the mountaintop. But other times, you're going through difficult moments and it feels like you're down in the valley. Well, no matter how dark your valley may seem, you don't have to be afraid because you can know you're never alone. God is always with you. And that's exactly what you're going to learn about in your lesson today. You're going to learn through the story of Gideon how you don't ever have to be afraid, no matter how dark of a valley you might be going through. So get ready to learn some incredible stuff as you continue, The Lord is my shepherd. See you later.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Oh yeah, what's
What's up, everybody? It's me, the SKI, to the double TLES, Skittles in the hizzy, and I'm ready to tell you what's up. Today, we are talking about how God helps us not be afraid. So every time somebody asks you what's up, you tell them, I have no fear, because God is near. Sometimes things can come along in life that can scare us. Man, don't do that to me. The good news is, even though you might be going through a dark and scary valley, God is always with you. You don't have to be afraid. You're never alone, baby. So anytime somebody asks you what's up, you tell them, I have no fear, because God is near. And that's what's up. I got a rainbow of flavor, and I'm living for my Savior. Skittles out, baby, yeah.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? I have no fear because God is near. All right, I want you all to say it with me, okay? I have no fear because God is near.
I have no fear 'cause God is near.
I have no fear because God is near.
I have no fear 'cause God is here.
I have no fear because God is near.
I have no fear, God is here.
God is near. That's right. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a story in Judges chapter 6. It's about a man named, do you know what the man's name is? Nope. His name is Gideon. Everybody say Gideon.
Gideon.
Gideon. And Gideon was a farmer. Farmer. That's why I got my overalls on today, because Gideon was a farmer. And one of his jobs was threshing wheat. To thresh wheat, you have to separate the good wheat from all of the other stuff that grows with it. All the weeds and stuff, you got to separate it. And that's what's called chafing. Usually this is done on what is called a good threshing floor. However, when we look in Judges chapter 6, we find that Gideon is hiding in a wine press. Say wine press.
Wine press.
Wine press. He is threshing wheat at the bottom of the wine press because he is scared of the Midianites. Can you say Midianites?
Midianites.
Yes. The Midianites were the enemy of Israelites. So, God's chosen people were the Israelites. They would come and invade Israelites' farms, including Gideon's. That wouldn't be good, would it? No. And steal all their crops and steal all their food. Would you like it if someone come and stole all your food?
No.
No, we wouldn't like that at all. Gideon is hiding in a wine press because he is afraid of them. Have you ever been so afraid that you wanted to run and hide? Yes. Yeah? I think we all have from time to time. All of the sudden, an angel of the Lord appears to Gideon and says, "Mighty hero, go rescue Israel from the Midianites." Mighty hero. Why would the angel call Gideon a mighty hero if he was afraid? Do you know?
No.
No? Well, let's find out, okay? That doesn't make sense at all. But Gideon is a mighty warrior. Even though he was a scaredy cat hiding at the wine press. That is not where the story ends. Okay? So Gideon responded to the angel, and he says, "I am the weakest of my family." So you could say that he was the smallest of his family. How can I rescue Israel? Do you know how he rescued Israel?
No.
No. I think most of us would have agreed with Gideon that if he was small and weak, he wouldn't be able to rescue Israel. He sure was acting like he was the weakest in his family. He was hiding at the bottom of the wine press, but so that he could thresh wheat. Gideon isn't the only person who has ever been afraid. Have you been afraid?
No.
No? I know I have been afraid. You and I can get pretty scared at some times, and we can face difficult times in our life that can cause us all to fear. Maybe right now, as we are staying at home and about to be able to get out and go places, that may cause us to have a little bit more fear. But just like Gideon, we probably feel like there is no way that we can do what God is calling us to do. But sometimes incredible things happen. See, the angel said to Gideon, God will be with you. Wow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The reason that Gideon didn't need to be afraid was that God was going to be with him. Do you know that is the same reason that you and I don't have to be afraid?
No.
Yep, because God is going to be with us. So we don't have to fear when we walk through the valley of the shadow of death. When we have the Lord as our shepherd, we can know that God will always be with us. That's exactly what we're going to learn in today's lesson. Now on to Shauna the sheep shearer.
Shauna the sheep shearer. I am like a hairdresser except for sheep. I am here to teach you today's power verse. Now the power verse today is, even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. Psalm 23:4. Well, hot dog, what an absolutely fabulous verse. But you know what? I could use some help saying it. How about the girls stand up and say it with me? Are you ready? Go ahead and stand up, girls. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. Psalm 23:4. All right, girls, you did a wonderful job. Now you can sit down, and I want all the boys to stand up, and let's see if you can say it even louder. Are you ready, boys? 1, 2, 3. Even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. Psalm 23:4. You know, you guys did a great job. You can sit down. The other night, I was at the shop, and there was wool all over the floor, and I was there late cleaning all by myself, and I was sweeping up wool when all of a sudden, the power went out, and I was standing there in the dark, and I was so afraid. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I was scared to death, and I didn't know what I was going to do. But then I stopped, and I thought, okay, God, I know that you're with me always. Just give me peace right now. And do you know what? As soon as I thanked God for his presence, the lights came back on, and I was reminded, I'm never alone. God is always with us. So I think it's important that we take another look at this power verse. Let's all stand up together and say it again. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. Psalm 23:4. Great job, everybody. Go ahead and sit down. Sit down. You know, I have another sheep coming in just a few minutes for one of my world famous sheep hairdos. So I'm going to have to catch you next time. But don't forget, if you don't remember the power verse, that would be bad. I'll see you next time.
I love that power verse, and it speaks right now to what we are going through. So I want you all to stand up with me. We're going to say it. Even when I walk through the darkest valleys, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. Okay, Isaac's going to help out. So we're going to say it a couple of more times. Even when I walk through the darkest valleys,
when I even walk through the dark valleys,
I will not be afraid.
even when I walk through the dark valleys,
I will not be afraid. Say, I will not be afraid.
I will not be afraid,
For you are close beside me.
for you are close beside me.
Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me.
Rod and the staff can't for me.
And comfort me. Psalms 23:4.
Psalms 23:4.
All right, I want you to say it with your eyes blinking like crazy, okay? Even when I walk through the darkest valleys,
Even when I walk for the darkest valleys,
I will not be afraid,
I will not be afraid,
for you are close beside me.
for you close beside me.
Keep blinking. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me.
Your rod and your staff protects and comfort me.
Psalms 23:4.
Psalms 23:4.
All right, one last time. I want you all to sit down. Okay, we're going to say it one last time. Say it loud and proud, okay? Even when I walk through the darkest valleys,
Even when I do walk in the darkest valleys,
I will not be afraid,
I will not be afraid,
for you are close beside me.
for you are close beside me.
Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me.
Your rod and the staff catch to comfort me.
Psalms 23:4.
Psalms 23:4.
Good job. I want you all to give yourself a pat on the back. Y'all did so good. That's such a tough one. And I know that y'all can keep remembering it because it is so important for you to remember, okay? So I have a question. You going to put your mask back on? Okay. I have a question. Are you afraid of anything?
I'm afraid of ghosts.
You're afraid of ghosts? Are you afraid of spiders?
I'm afraid of nothing.
Nothing? Okay. Are you afraid of snakes?
No, because I kick him in the face with my boot.
Okay. Are you afraid of those big wood roaches?
No.
No. Are you afraid of the dark?
No.
No. A little hesitation. Whatever it is, because most of us are afraid of something, even though Isaac doesn't admit it, I am pretty sure that he is afraid of something. We are all afraid of something. It is nothing compared to some of the valleys that we go through in life. Some of them can cause us to be afraid of sickness. It can cause us to be afraid of diseases. It can cause us to be afraid of our parents maybe getting a divorce. There are things that can really make us afraid. Our verse in Psalms 23 tells us that as sheep who belong to God, we will definitely walk through some dark valleys. Problems come and they can make us really afraid. When we find ourselves in that valley, it is important to remember the words of Psalms 23:4. And it says, even when I walk through the darkest valleys, I will not be afraid because you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. Did you notice there was a very important word right there? It says, though. It is important to remember that the dark valleys of life are things that we are going through. So, we don't have to be in the valley forever. Are you glad that you don't have to be afraid forever?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're glad that we don't have to be afraid forever. Our good shepherd is leading us through these dark valleys. We don't have to be afraid. Why don't we have to be afraid?
Because God is with us.
Because God is with us. Let's look at a couple of reasons why we don't have to be afraid that are found in Psalms 23:4. The good shepherd uses his rod to protect us. I know we brought this out not too long ago. And it said, and at Psalms 23:4 says, even when I walk through the darkest valleys, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod, this is my rod, okay? And your staff protect and comfort me. This is what a shepherd rod looks like. It is a weapon. Do you think it's a weapon? If I hit you with this, do you think it would hurt? I think it would hurt. It is a weapon, and the shepherds use this to fight against lions and use it to fight against bears. Oh my, right? And other wild animals that would try to come and eat the sheep. That would be awful. The shepherd used his rod to protect the sheep. So if he saw a lion coming, he would say, no, you're not getting my sheep, right? Or if he saw a bear, he would say, nope, that's my sheep, you're not getting it. And he would use this as a weapon. God protects us against our enemies, the devil. Did you know that? That he protects us against our enemies, the devil? And God is more powerful than any sickness, any disease, anybody that's bullying. He is bigger than any sadness or any other issues that the devil would try to attack us with. The reason we don't have to be afraid when we walk through the darkest valley is God has a big rod and he is not afraid to use it, right? All right, the next part is the good shepherd uses his staff to bring us closer to him. Psalms 23:4 says, even when I walk through the darkest valleys, I will not be afraid. I will not be afraid because you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. The rod protects, but it also comforts, right? The staff has a curved end. Here, Isaac, hold the bottom of this. See, the staff has a curved end right here. Okay? And this staff has a curved end because it is used to reach out. Come on, Isaac, put your mask on. It is used to reach out and grab the sheep carefully and pull them into safety and pull them into comfort so that he can have it and so that he can be near the shepherd. How awesome is that? That it has a curved end that is used to pull the sheep closer and gently grab them and pull them in. When the sheep would get scared, the shepherd would pull them close to comfort them. And that reminded me that sheep sometimes can get scared. And that we just have to remember that we don't have to be afraid because we are never alone. Say never alone.
Never alone.
Never alone. All right, I'm going to put my shepherd staff down. God is always with us as we walk through the darkest valleys. And it may feel like you are alone, but you are not. When you remember that you have God with you, you don't have to be afraid or fear. When God is near, the fear disappears. Say that. When God is near, the fear disappears.
When God is here, the fear disappears.
Disappears, right. Let me show you what I mean. I've got a bottle of water. And I'm going to get a quick drink here. And this bottle of water Just a plain bottle of water represents fear. Say fear.
Fear.
Fear. So this bottle of water is going to represent fear. And let me see. Now I've got a cup. Isaac, can you hold this cup for me? And that cup is going to represent you and me. And it is going to represent us and the fear that comes into our lives. So we're going to put the fear into our lives, right? Ooh, filling it up. Should we fill it all the way up? So we're going to fill it up. And let me put this down real fast. So we have the fear that comes into our lives. And as we have that fear, so we've got our fear. And we feel as it pours into us, the fear comes into our lives, and we feel as if we can't do anything about it. But suddenly, we are full of fear, right? Because of the things that go on in life and the things that they cause us fear, like the snakes and stuff. So fear just comes into our lives sometimes without even us expecting it. And suddenly, we are full of fear. And here's what we have to remember, that we are not alone. Say not alone.
Not alone.
We are not alone. And we have to pray that God will pull us close to us to comfort us, right? We will have to take that fear, that He will take that fear and completely, take it away, right? Yeah. Just like that. How awesome is that? Super awesome, right? God completely takes that fear away when we ask Him to draw near to us and to comfort us. He will just take that fear away. That is so awesome that we don't have to be fearful, even though that we walk through the darkest valleys, because we are never alone and that God is always with us and He is our good shepherd. All right, so everyone, I want you to stand up. We're going to stand up and we're just going to bow and pray that God will come near to us and that He will take our fears away and that He will comfort us, okay? So bow your head. Close your eyes. Jesus, we come to you this morning, God, and we just ask that you will take our fear away. God, that you would just calm us and give us peace. God, that you would take that staff and that you would just draw us closer to you so that we don't have to be afraid or have fear, and that we can just have peace in our life and comfort us, Jesus. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Brain.
Get the haircut.
I don't know. Where did he get the haircut from?
The barber.
That's so funny, Isaac. Where did you come up with that? That was a good one. That's awesome. Now it's time for our brain drain. We're going to have fun today, okay? So I want to know if you remember what's up today. Do you remember what's up today?
No.
No? Okay, I'm going to give you a few things that I think that maybe could be, okay? What's up today? I have no fear because God is near. I have no fear because I need a haircut. Or I have no fear because I have to go outside.
I have no fear because God is near.
I have no fear because God is near. Good job. All right. What did Brian say he was really afraid of in today's video? Was he afraid of spiders? Was he afraid of snakes? Or was he afraid of clowns?
He's afraid of dark.
I didn't say that. I said spiders, snakes, or clowns.
Snakes.
Snakes. No, I think he was afraid of clowns, but good try. All right. What was the name of the man in our Bible story? Was it Philip? Was it Gideon? Or was it John? Do you remember?
John.
Was it? It was Gideon. Wah, wah. That's all right. Okay, where was Gideon hiding? In the bottom of a wine press? In a field? Or in a pasture?
Bottom of the wine.
Bottom of the wine press. Woo! Good job, good job, good job. Who appeared to Gideon while he was hiding? An angel, a doctor, or a clown?
Angel.
An angel. Woo! Good job. Give yourself a hand clap. Woo! All right. When Gideon said he was scared, what did the angel tell him? Did the angel tell him to go run and hide? Did the angel tell him that God will be with him? Or what? You already know?
Yep. The angel said, go and God will be with.
God will be with him. Good job. Okay. Going to our last couple of questions. The Good Shepherd uses his blank to protect us. The Good Shepherd uses his cup to protect us. Does the Good Shepherd use his feet to protect us? Or does the Good Shepherd use his rod?
His super weapon.
His super weapon? What's his super weapon?
The rod.
The rod. Good job. Okay. The Good Shepherd uses his staff to blank us. He uses his staff to give us peace. He uses his staff to comfort us. Or does he use his staff to spank us?
Comfort us.
Comfort us. Yeah. He uses his staff to comfort us. Okay. You don't have to fear. You are never what? You don't have to fear because you're never alone. You don't have to fear because you're a sheep. You're not a sheep. Or you don't have to fear because you don't have to fear because you are never alone.
You don't have to fear because you are never alone.
Never alone. Good job. All right. Our last one. Do you know what the last question is? You still don't know what the last question is? All right. Our last question today is, where is the power verse found? John 3:16, Psalms 23:4, or Psalms 101?
Psalms 23:4.
Psalms 23:4. Woo! Good job, everybody. I am so proud of you today, and I am so excited to see when we get to see you again. We look forward to that. And Isaac, you want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Woo!